I was stunned yesterday when one of the coaches showed me a tweet that Gary Andersen had resigned. I've known Gary for a long time. He was at Utah State when I was at San Jose State, and he rebuilt the Utah State program, and then he went to Wisconsin at the same time I came here, and just have known him for a long time, and just think the world of him. And so I think he's everything I've ever been around him. Every time I've been around him, every time I've seen him deal with his teams, he's been just a great person, excellent coach, and I know that it's hard to rebuild something, and I don't know anything that happened, but I do wish he was still there. And we actually exchanged texts yesterday. He said, "I guess I won't see you Saturday." And we talked about a few other things on text, just mainly there for him and thinking about him. So, and then our team has to bounce back from the game Saturday. That was I think I said it once before, fun game to watch as a spectator, gut-wrenching game for I think both coaches till the very end, till you end up being the winning team. That was a tough loss, and definitely our kids, I don't know, they've definitely practiced really well. They've bounced back, and now we've got to go on the road and win a game, which would be a little bit different environment, going in there with all the situation going on. So I'll take any questions at this time.
You talked about the team bouncing back. Have you ever been around, I'm assuming that's a skill for a team. Have you ever been around teams that had trouble bouncing back after tough losses? And what does it say about your team that they have?
Yes, I have had teams that kind of lost hope. Do not think this team has even got close to losing hope. I think this team has just gotten mad. That's a good emotion when you push it the correct way. So what we've told them is, you don't just get mad and say, I'm going to go out there and be all hyped up. You have to put your energy and your emotions into your preparation. And we all know you can go, well, it's no use, I'm not going to do this as good. You do that. Everybody, I think, has that nature in them. Or you can say, hey, I'm going to do this harder. I'm going to be more focused. I'm going to study more. I'm going to practice more. I'm going to ask more questions. I'm going to get more sleep. I'm going to get more rest. That's what I've seen these guys do, which to me is the leadership is doing that, the senior leadership. And when a team feels hopeless, then the senior leadership really doesn't do that all the time. They don't practice right. They're not focused. They're coming late to meetings. That's not happening. They're there early. They're asking questions. They're coming by the office. So all of that shows you they still believe.
Coach, getting back to Coach Andersen.
Yeah.
This week, does that at all complicate your team's planning? I know they can't make wholesale changes on the fly, but do you expect new wrinkles? Is there an emotional aspect that you might have to brace for?
I do expect emotional aspect as far as I do know their players like Gary Andersen. So I think they're going to come out and play in a way of thanking Gary. I know a lot of the guys on his staff that have been with him and know him well and believe in him. So I think they'll have an extra energy on that side of it for sure. And then at the same time, they kind of have nothing to lose in a way, even as a staff. So you can take more gambles, you can take more risk, I would imagine. So we got to be ready for that. So hopefully, if they do those type of things, we're prepared enough to take advantage of it if we can make a play on it. So you do think about those type of things, because I've gone against teams before where this has happened, and as an assistant coach and head coach, and there was a little bit different atmosphere, a little bit more energy at the beginning of it.
Mike, after what happened on Saturday, Oregon State's quarterback Garrettson, I'm assuming he's
Yeah.
their starter, isn't nearly the athlete Tate is or the runner, but they have a guy, Seth Collins, who used to play quarterback, who was a pretty dynamic athlete. Do you expect to see a team like Oregon State try to copy at least a little bit what Arizona did?
Yeah, I would think they would.
Yeah.
I would think they would, and we've been practicing for that. So I think they would.
Yeah.
So we're going to practice for him being at quarterback some and running around. I would if I was them when we couldn't tackle the guy.
Derek, coaches always want you guys to treat all wins and all losses the same. But is the reality, are some losses tougher to get over than others, and does Saturdays fall into that category?
It's always tough to lose a game, and and when you lose consecutive in a row, it gets a little tougher every time. But just something my grandpa always taught me was that you can't let people get too high in the highs and too low in the lows, and you just got to keep moving forward. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to come together as a team, and we're going to do great things.
So it was probably hard to think about this on Saturday night, but has it sunk in yet, the all-purpose yards record here at CU?
I mean, I haven't really took that much time to really think about it. Like I said, I'm thinking about trying to get this win, get back on track. We have a good opportunity to go somewhere and get back on track, and that's where my mind is right now.
Phil, you lead by the way you play. You lead by the words you say to the team like
Yeah.
you did after the game. You lead by the 6 hours a day you work on your body
Yeah.
after a tough game. Where does that come from? Where do those leadership skills come from? Where did you learn that?
I think it's just in my family. My father is a big reason to why I do the things I do today. There's not a day that goes by I don't think about what my father would do in certain situations. He had 5 kids, all 5 of us, hard-headed kids, and we've lived a hard life at times. And it was like he could have easily walked out on us. He could have easily left us with our mom, but he didn't. He stayed by our side. And even when stuff wasn't going right, he made sure it looked like it wasn't going, like make sure it was going right. Even though deep down inside, he was probably scrambling, thinking what he was going to do to help support us at times. But we have never had to look at our father, and he's never had no doubt in his face that he wasn't going to be there for us. And that's how I feel like for my teammates and everything else is at the lowest times, that's what you got to be there the most. Anytime you're winning and stuff, everything is always going good. Everything looks good. You go on about your day. But when you lose, and you got to sit there and you got to look at your teammates, and you got to make sure that they're ready to play the next game, that's when you see true character in a man.
Phil, you're going against an opponent that fires their coach,
Yeah.
Leading up to the game. Has that been addressed by the coaching staff? Do you still expect to see the same Oregon State team that you guys have seen on film?
I mean, I definitely feel like they're going to play even harder. One, because their coach left, and a lot of them players love that coach. I got a couple of good friends on that team too, so it is hard, and and they're going to go out there and prove that they're not the reason why the coach left and stuff like that. And Oregon State's a talented team. They're a physical team, and they're gonna give it their all. No team's just gonna go out there and say we're gonna get our butts whooped. Like every team wants to win. Every team wants to prove that they're ready to play.